Okay,
for my
what's your
safety
name?
and yours.
What's your name?
I don't need to tell you my name. This is a federal stop.
But what do you want?
I'm not.
Federal why?
Doesn't matter. Open the window so I can see you.
My window's open, dude.
Okay, I need your ID.
Okay, you back
Everybody's
up.
ID. I need all the windows down so I can see. I don't know nobody has
Shut
a
the
weapon.
fuck up, man. There's no fucking weapons. I don't give a fuck what you say either,
so
bro.
Open the window.
Fuck up, man.
Open the window.
Don't fucking touch me, bro.
Open the window.
Don't fucking touch me, bro. The window's open, bro.
I can't.
The window's open, bro.
I need to see in the back.
The window's open, bro.
Lower all the windows. Lower all the windows.
Oh man.
Lower all the windows.
Dude, you're tripping, bro.
No, you're tripping, bro.
No, you're tripping, brother.
Lower all the windows.
What the fuck?
Lower all the windows. I can't see in the back.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to see?
I
Look.
need to see everybody in the car.
Look.
And I need everybody's ID.
What do you want to see?
Everybody's ID.
What do you want to see?
Give me all your ID.
Hey, bro. You better back the fuck up,
I
bro.
need you back up. I need your ID. It's a lawful order.
Can you relax a little bit?
Yeah, give me your ID.
I can't hear all you guys at once, bro. And don't be smacking my shit, bro.
Okay,
get your hands out the car.
Lawful order. Give me your ID.
Dude, get the fuck.
Give me your ID.
Man, shut the fuck up,
Give
bro.
me your ID.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking bitch ass motherfucker. You can tell me whatever you want to, bitch. I don't give a fuck what it does. Here, read that shit.
I need to
see
read
it.
I need to grab it.
Well, grab it. Grab it.
Well, I'm
grab
not gonna
it.
play this game.
Grab
I'm
it.
not gonna play this
grab
game.
this shit.
You're gonna give it
it's
to me
right
or not?
there. It's right there. What the fuck, bro? What
Give
the
me your
fuck,
ID.
bro?
Welcome back, everybody. As many of you guys know, I'm a law enforcement trainer instructor. I train and instruct military and law enforcement all over the country on various law enforcement disciplines to include constitutional law, case law, patrol tactics, use of force, advanced criminal investigations, etc. And we're going to be doing a breakdown video of this Border Patrol agent conducting a traffic stop on this vehicle. Even though he says this is a federal stop, let's just be honest with what we're saying. If you are stopping and impeding somebody from moving, if you have seized them and detained them, it's because they're either detained or they're arrested. And if they're in a vehicle, we call that a traffic stop, right? Because this is clearly not like a checkpoint. So let's just kind of throw out there. I always find it funny when officers add interesting nuance words. They just make up words and they throw them in there. And they're like, this isn't a traffic stop. This is a federal stop. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, you say so. So let's talk about the case law, and let's just move it forward from the start. So let's talk about reasonable or articulable suspicion traffic stops. As you can see here, I'm not going to insult your intelligence. It's on the screen, but the United States Supreme Court has affirmed in United States v. Cortez and many subsequent district and state level case law precedents, jurisprudence, that reasonable or articulable suspicion is a necessary threshold for traffic stops. So keep that in mind. The next thing that we probably should talk about is the seizure aspect, right? Brennan v. California, as you can see here on your screen. For Fourth Amendment purposes, all the passengers in a vehicle on a traffic stop are seized for and may challenge the constitutionality of the stop. So also important to recognize and understand there. Now, let's talk about some more of the nuanced stuff, because you have this Border Patrol agent that is telling them to roll the window down. He wants to see everybody in the car, and he's kind of hooting and hollering, using poor tactics and being very unprofessional. Again, this is going to be controversial because I'm just going to say it. I'm going to get it out in the beginning. I'm going to get it out in the beginning here because, law enforcement really can't win because, again, I could do everything legally by the book, and you're just going to say that I'm using case law to violate people's rights, or I'm using case law to circumnavigate the system. Or if somebody does it unconstitutionally, you're like, oh, that's unconstitutional. So really, a lot of people are just going to be upset if law enforcement takes any action, legal or illegal. But if you must take action, have it be legal. So just so you know, a law enforcement officer, law enforcement does not have the legal ability to tell you to operate your car, right? If I tell you pop the trunk, I don't have to pop the trunk for you. If you tell me to roll down the window, I don't have to roll down the window for you. I have no obligation or legal authority or bounds to operate my motor vehicle. I don't, right? And so if you ask me to roll the window down, I don't have to roll the window down. If you have probable cause to search the car, I don't have to help you in searching the car. Pursuant to accordance with Illinois v. Ross, right? But an officer may order you out of the vehicle, pursuant to accordance with Pennsylvania v. Mims, 1977. So keep that in mind for what it is. I think this Border Patrol agent is being absolutely ridiculous, but That's neither here nor there. Now, here's something that all people need to know. And this is going to be super controversial. It doesn't need to be. It shouldn't be. But this topic is super controversial. Let's talk about the invoking of rights. So Miranda, right? So the Supreme Court has held in Berkheimer versus McCarty, 1984, that Miranda is not required for the roadside questioning of motorists detained pursuant to a routine traffic stop because it does not constitute a custodial interrogation for the purposes of the Miranda rule. So, with that being said, cops, Miranda, you have to realize, Miranda v. Arizona, the whole purpose of that is to curtail and basically force law enforcement to read an affirmation of your rights to you in a custodial setting. That's really the purpose. If it's a custodial setting, law enforcement has an obligation to read you your rights. Outside of that, they have no obligation. And in my honest opinion, that burden really falls on when to talk or not talk to a law enforcement officer. It falls on you as the person. So you have to, and most people don't know this, you can't just remain silent. That's not invoking your rights. Invoking your rights is saying unambiguously, right, pursuant to in accordance with Perkins v. Tompkins, 2010, I unambiguously invoke my right to remain silent. And then, guess what? You don't say anything. So even on a traffic stop, you can be like, officer, I just want you to know, since you're stopping me and I'm not free to go until you tell me to, I'm going to go ahead and invoke my right to remain silent. I'm unambiguously invoke my right to remain silent pursuant to in accordance with Perkins. You don't have to answer any more questions. They can ask you any question they want, right? Where are you going? Where are you coming from? And you just don't say anything. You have that right. But you only have the right if you invoke it. So there you have it. There's really we can go into the weeds with this, but there's really no reason to. Now, this is what I think is going to happen. Overall, there's a lot of operations happening with ICE, Border Patrol, Homeland Security as a whole. And I expect with all these operations that have been ongoing, I truly do expect that we're going to have some bad case law precedents set. And by bad case law, I just mean we're going to have case law precedents enforcement because there has been, I'll put it up for you right here. According to the news, since these operations started, they have detained 170. I'm sure it's way higher, but we have 170 reports of U.S. citizens being seized, being detained for immigration purposes, right? So law enforcement. So the idea that we have to wrap our head around is that law enforcement had reasonable articulable suspicion that a United States citizen was not a citizen. So you can see how problematic this is. And so I expect when this is all said and done, and this is probably going to take years to flush out, but I expect to see some bad case law precedents set by these operations because, again, you have law enforcement acting like this gentleman, just super unprofessional and using bad tactics, right? If you're going to be unprofessional, at least use good tactics. But you shouldn't be using any bad tactics, and you shouldn't be disrespectful, And I, as somebody who's done task force work, as somebody who's been on major crimes teams, I'm currently at the National Major Crimes Conference. So, as somebody that does this at a very high level, the idea that you need to be unprofessional and that you need to use bad tactics is not true. And again, I did ICAC task force, right? So I have put away people and been a part of that process of people that have hurt kids. And I think that those people if there is a segment of people that are least deserving of respect, I would say it's people that hurt kids, right? But I have an obligation to my victims, and I have obligation to society to ensure that process is dealt with in the most professional, effective, and academic manner, right? If I'm going to throw charges on somebody and I'm going to do this, we're going to do it by the book, and I'm going through everything, every phone, every electronics in your life I'm seizing, and we're forensically going over it, and I'm throwing everything at you, legally, respectfully, lawfully, constitutionally, because the victims and society deserves that. So there you have it. That's my 2 cents. Hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section below. But most importantly, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the case law. Tell me what you think about what I said here. Curious to know. Let's have this conversation in the comment section below, as always. Long live the Republic.